Good morning and welcome to this week's video. Today, or at least this weekend, we're going to be doing the Pawnee Buchanan Loop. We're going to camp it over 2 nights. Started today with an unexpected extra 3/4 of a mile. I had to drop my friends off up at the trailhead and they opted to wait there while I go and park the car at the overnight area. I originally started this channel to share my love of the Colorado wilderness with my family and friends, and in today's video I get to take 2 of my best friends on a classic backcountry camping trip around the beautiful and picturesque Pawnee Buchanan Loop. For Paul and Jason, this will be their first backcountry trip in America, and having just flown in from Savannah, Georgia, we're hoping they manage to hang in there for the duration of this arduous high mountain loop. We started the day at Brainerd Lake, about an hour to the northwest of Boulder. This is another popular trailhead, and on weekends it's usually full by 7 AM. So we are now about a mile in, just past Long Lake, coming up to Isabel Lake and hitting the first of the steeps. First little climb, just coming up to a beautiful waterfall here. Let me show you that. The climb to the top of Pawnee Pass is relatively steady. You pass through tree line at around 11,000 feet, and from there it's a simple, if a little rugged, hike to the top of the pass. Coming down the other side of the pass is another story, as you descend down a rocky scree slope at almost 50 degrees. This part is by far the most technical challenging and not for the faint of heart. However, the views to the north are quite spellbinding and well worth the trip. For our first night's camping, we managed to get a backcountry permit for the much sought after Crater Lake. This area is restricted to only a dozen campsites and is booked pretty much solid throughout the summer camping season. By the time we got there, most of the sites were already full, but we were able to find this site perched on a ledge above the lake with great views over Lone Eagle Peak. As night settled in, so did the smoke. We'd been warned earlier in the day by a couple going in the opposite direction that the smoke from surrounding wildfires was settling into the canyon pretty heavily. It got so thick at one point that we did start to worry that there could have been a fire not too far from us. Even although we didn't see a single large animal all weekend, we still took the necessary precautions to secure our food from scavengers, using a combination of a bear hang and a bear-proof bag to keep our supplies safe. Well, good morning. It is the start of day 2 on the Pawnee Buchanan Loop. It is about 6 in the morning. It got quite chilly last night, but thankfully the smoke from the fires did clear. And around about midnight I was able to get out and get some night sky photographs with Lone Eagle Peak in the background, so hopefully one of those will come out quite nicely. I've just retrieved the bear bags. It is time to go and wake up Paul and Jason, get some coffee on the go and get on with day 2. Day 2 was filled with some wonderfully diverse terrain. we left Crater Lake and followed Cascade Creek down the valley. It certainly lived up to its name as we passed many great waterfalls, all with their own unique character. I was able to pause for a while to take some great photographs on the way up. All too soon we turned north and started descending Buchanan Creek. We took lunch about halfway up, just before the real test of the trip, as the second day of high elevation and steep climbs started to take their toll. The last 1500 feet saw us passing yet again above treeline to the top of the pass. It was inspiring to watch Paul and Jason dig deep and fight their way to the top. The combination of heat, fatigue, wind, lack of oxygen, none of which would stop them from reaching the top. So just been treated to a beautiful sunset at the end of day 2, coming from Crater Lake up over Buchanan Pass. It's really been a day full of totally different terrain, whether it was the waterfalls coming down from Crater Lake or coming up over the top of Buchanan Pass where the wind was really pretty ferocious, or coming back down into this valley where we're just below tree line with some scrub pine all around us. Really made for a fun day. A lot of hard work. Everyone was, I think, challenged in their own way today, but we got a beautiful campsite just nestled into the trees. We've just had our dinner and some whiskey, and we are settling in for the night. I shall speak to you all in the morning. Well, good morning and welcome to day 3, our last day out on the trail. We're about to finish the Pawnee Buchanan Loop, so today is about half the distance and elevations yesterday, which I think will be welcomed by everyone. So we've got about 6-7 miles today and only 1500 feet or so. Beautiful crisp morning. Unfortunately you can still smell the smoke in the air from those fires in the I-70, but at least it didn't get as bad as 2 nights ago, where we actually had ash falling on our tents. So it's going to be a beautiful day, I think, today. The sun is just about to rise. I've got the bear bags, time to go and wake the boys up and get breakfast started. So I'm just walking through the clearing that we're camped right beside here. So we're at just 10,500 feet here, so just at the start of the trees. And let me turn you around and I'll give you a little tour of the campsite that we're in just now. So that's us started, the last day on the trail. Packed up camp, heading down to Beaver Creek, across to Coney Creek before the last climb of the weekend starts. About 1500 feet up and then back down to... Where are we heading down to? Some lake. And so the climbing begins, 1500 feet, will see us on our last pass of the weekend. So that's us reached the last pass of the round of the Pawnee Buchanan Loop. 11,400 feet, give or take. A bit windy up here, but beautiful views. All that remains is about 2 miles down the pass behind me. So I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Speak to you next time.